All right, that's basically the Siemens management. Renu Baid is with us, Senior Vice President, Research at IIFL Institutional Equities. Renu, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much for your time. What are the implications here in India, Renu, if you're a Siemens shareholder?
Well, from the near term, no implications because business will continue as it has been. But from a longer term perspective, it's positive development that the energy business, which technically from the group level was demerged a few years back, in India also it will be demerged and listed separately as a part of the current scheme of arrangements which have been decided upon. So just the way we saw a few years back, ABB demerged the power grid business. And today we have Hitachi Energy and ABB listed separately, both independently operating and no impact on the businesses. Similar would be the case with Siemens, where they are gas and power or the energy business will be demerged and listed separately, and the rest of the other businesses will continue as Siemens Limited within the listed entity.
Okay. All right. So, you're viewing this deal positively, Renu. Thanks so much for joining in. But there are a couple of unanswered questions, right? So what more clarity are you waiting for from the management?
Clarity, I think, since the announcement has come, they have indicatively mentioned December 25 as timelines. So I think from that perspective, it takes time to create those legal structures and keep it prepared. I think incrementally the details would be that once the Siemens energy business is listed separately, we'll have to see how the parent is able to increase the shareholding to majority level, which today, due to the financial crunch, they had to reduce their holding to sub 10% in the listed arm after the current block is executed. So I think that is something that we will have to look forward in terms of how those transactions will be treated. Guess they will happen post demerger. And the company in the press release have mentioned that they have agreed upon some mechanism to increase the shareholding thereafter. But the timelines may be a bit uncertain. The group has mentioned a 5-year timeline over which Siemens will get back its or will regain its majority shareholding back. So how will that happen? Those things will eventually happen over a medium-term perspective.
Okay. Renu, so a big picture question. Siemens, the stock itself has done about a 24-25% move in the last 1 year, right? Which is still fine compared to the kind of absolute blowout moves that we've seen in the mid-cap market. So, number one, in terms of valuation, if someone is to buy now, how would you sort of look at it? What is your own current target price? Tell us that. And B, if someone is to take a play on capital goods industrials in their portfolio, then would you advise them buying Siemens now as it goes through this demerger and then, a separate listing of the energy business? Do you see that being a trigger for further value creation and unlocking?
There would be value creation and unlocking, but I think the timelines are still quite some time away. So I don't see this event having an immediate impact on the valuation multiples. And typically during these demergers, more of SOTP-driven valuations try to play out. The energy business would be at a notch lower valuations compared to the Siemens valuations that it's trading today, 50 times plus. So to that extent, we'll have to see how the valuations and the net worths of these companies lined up. If you look from the current price perspective, then clearly stock is pretty expensively priced on. If we see September 24, it's about almost 64, 65 times 1 year forward. It's about 55 times 1 year forward. So from the current price levels, we are a bit cautious on ABB Siemens, both for fresh additions and buys. But on the cap good side, we continue to like L&T, we like Cummins as better picks on valuations and the margin of safety which is there. Siemens target price, 1 year forward target price is about close to 39.73 rupees, which is inclusive of the CNS and all the other businesses combined. So since the demerger timelines are some time away, I think that value unlocking event will play out probably a year down the line, not immediate in the near term.
Okay. All right, Renu, thank you very much for that. Appreciate your thoughts on this, as well as some advice on how to approach the stock, considering it's going to go through all of these events now. Thanks for joining in. Well, let's take the